Alright, welcome back everybody. This scene may look familiar to you on my channel because this will be the third time I've been playing through the first level of Tomb Raider 1, this time in the remastered game. But what we're going to do here is do a run with 100%ing the secrets and the items and everything that comes with it. So, yeah, I'm loving playing through these classic games. You can probably tell from my video review that I'm a huge fan of these. So your first secret's gonna be you just go past they highlight that little ledge there, but you're gonna go past it. You're gonna come over here and jump, slide, jump, and right here in this little corner for you. But yeah, we're gonna do a run through the first 4 stages of the game. Peru, I believe it is, where we are located. Now, one little move they're going to teach you at Lara's place, but I'll tell you here too. Hold forward, press the action button to vault up a ledge. We're going to need to know that here in a second, right? So, yeah. I'm just going to walk you through how to play these games, how to love these games all over again, because that's what I do. I love these games, and I'm a prophet of loving good games. Now, here's our second secret, but I'm gonna teach you a little trick here. We get up in this corner, and if you press the jump and hold button, Lara cannot make that jump, no matter how shimmy I get here in the corner. That's where this is like one of the only times this is gonna happen to you. A handful of times in all of Tomb Raider. 1, 2, and 3. If you do your vaulting action, if you hold up against the wall and press action, boom, she grabs it. Why can she not jump high enough to grab it with her jump and grab command? God only knows. But that's what you need to do to get this secret. You need to actually vault up the wall instead of your typical known jump up the wall, right? Right. So yeah, love these games. I think they're amazing. My video where I gave a review of the remastered, quick sum it up, these games are still amazing. I wish they would have put more features into it, but apparently the guy who made it is the guy who developed Open Lara. I don't know what that means. It means he's a super fan to some degree. And his Twitter, there is talk of them working on patches, and he told people, I want to know, I want to watch videos with everyone's suggestions. So, you know, let's get those suggestions out there. Oops, double clicked. But yeah, and we got bats here. Now this is not a speed run. This is not a 0 damage run. This is, to the best of my ability, going to be a 100% run. I believe I can do that from memory, at least for the first 4 stages, right? So, yeah. So hopefully we'll get those updates in the future. Lots of comments on my video review of the remaster about going back and forth. A lot of commentary about the state of the controls. The controls only work in tank mode. And this, that, and the other thing. And you know what? In my review, I gave a damning rejection of the modern controls. And then I went after that review and decided to spend another 2 hours playing as long as I could. I wanted to see how far could I get in Tomb Raider 1 with modern controls. And I'll tell you that in a second. But here we have a little doodad to do. There's a jump. And there's a pit down there, and you think I want to skip that pit, but there's an item. So we're gonna do a jump roll situation there to get some good shots off on this bear, because we don't want to fight the bear one-on-one. He's dead. All right. And we're gonna do a safe drop. That's something you can do there. You back to it, and as you back it up, and doing that safe drop will minimize any damage because you're shortening the fall as much as you can. And what you're going to find in here is this. You're going to find this health pack. And you're going to hop onto this plate. Bob's your uncle. And we are back to the room we were previously in. If you didn't kill the wolves, those wolves will be attacking you right now. We come up here, pull ourselves up onto the bridge, and you got yourself a health pack. Now, is a health pack in the scope of this entire game that important? Probably not, but we're doing everything we can here. I like doing everything I can in games. It's going to be a health pack over here on our left. But, like I was saying, I tried to get as far as I could with the modern controls, right? And came to find, got better. I did get a little more used to them. Now, does that make them good? No. There's still a lot to do here. We're going to have 2 wolves coming at us. Inside me, there are 2 wolves, and I need to get them out of me. I'm going to use guns to do that. I'm going to shoot the 2 wolves. On your left, secret number 3. Game cannot play 2 music files at once, so your intense action music will be abruptly cut off by any other time you trigger a musical chime. We're going to drop safe here. Also, that wouldn't have been a damage fall, but you can also mitigate the tiniest sliver of damage by holding the roll button as you fall to the ground. Just like acrobatics do their instead of their hard impact onto their knees, they do a tuck and roll at the end of their fall. Lara does that too to mitigate tiny little bit of damage. Now here, this is a timed door, so there's many different ways to do it, but I like to do a standard jump to the center, then a running jump, ungrabbed to the next platform. So we're gonna walk to the edge here, do a standard jump, and do a running jump. Boom. Easy, quick, fast, and fun. Yeah, so modern controls, I made it to the furthest point I made it was the Lost Valley. I beat the dinosaur, I beat everything else. I overcame every other challenge up to that point with modern controls. But when getting the third, maybe the 4th secret, the one where you have to jump on top of the temple, there's a series of very calculated, cornery platforms with you need very precise jumps to do it. And I could not for the life of me do those precise jumps with modern controls in any capacity, even with holding guns and tapping back and jumping forward. The precision was not there. And thus, I fell to my death. Now, there's a lot I could say about the modern controls, but the easiest thing to do right there was if I had my tank controls, my old ass tank controls on the D-pad, boom, would have nailed that section without issue whatsoever. I mean, that's the main criticism I have been giving, and I am still giving after spending an improved amount of time with modern controls, is that give me the roll. Now, what do we got? We got 3 secrets found and 7 out of 7 pickups. Wonderful. So we're validated in my criticism. And really, you know, there's other inputs, arrangement I would change about modern controls. But really, that one is one of the most egregious oversights because it's just a lack of options. I don't need the exact same thing happening between my analog stick and my D-pad. With the modern controls, your analog stick and your D-pad are doing effectively the same thing. And that's just a lack of versatility and a lack of options. Putting a hybrid control scheme where tank controls are on the D-pad, it just works. It's just additional options. There's no downside whatsoever, in my opinion. You're always going to get jump scared by a wolf there. We're doing our rounds for pickups here. And so, yeah, that was one of my main criticisms. Now, there's other criticisms to be had. The way modern controls works, it's not just a control thing. It kind of changes also completely how the camera works, too, in a lot of ways. We're going to have a bat storm here. Batman hit his big button, his bat button. So Modern Controls changes how the camera works. It, like, shifts it up and above Lara's head, and you can freely move the camera with the right stick. Great idea. Wonderful. That's very modern of them, right? Free use of the camera. Except with it, for whatever reason, there's some coding they need to overcome with how it's working, because in the new way the camera works, it is running into walls and jerking across walls at an alarming rate that is just no good, not usable, and like gives you a very jerky, like almost makes me sick to look at sometimes, because there's so much camera jitter happening that just doesn't happen with the way. I mean, the camera for this game is dated as hell, but it's functional. And I consider the modern camera thing that's happening not functional. So that's not even a control thing. That's something weird is happening on that scope of the game. We're fighting a bear here. Now, you may notice I kind of cheese as many encounters as I can in this game by, like, just getting to places where the target cannot reach me. And you might think that's like, oh, that's very shitty of you, or you're cheating, you're cheesing the game. But here's the thing. Combat in this game, in all of these games, is a negative buenus. It is not good or fun, or like there's ways to be better at combat, but there's no way to be good at combat in this game. It sometimes can be the diciest of dice rolls to be doing combat in Tomb Raider 1 through a lot of them. So yeah, that's something. If you can cheese fights, cheese away, because that long term, that's how you're gonna preserve health packs. That's how you're gonna find long-term success in these games, is cheesing every encounter you possibly can, especially in Tomb Raider 2, where like enemies start having guns. You're gonna feel the need to cheese. I feel the need to cheese, right? So, all right, we came to the underwater section. We came right. There was a switch around the left turn, and then you cross the room, and there's another switch here up into a secret room. Now, that first switch we flipped was not for this room whatsoever. This is yet a different secret. But we're just cleaning out the area. I could move on at this point, I believe, but we're getting all the secrets. Actually, I cannot. I did not get the item to move on just yet. But we're completionists here. I did know, like, with modern controls, maybe I liked swimming better on modern controls. It was less weird. You just went where you wanted to go, and that was kind of cool. And that's kind of my main criticism about, like, yeah, the modern controls don't work for platforming for the most part, and they're just goofy in a lot of spaces, and that's bad. But in open areas where you're just freely moving through corridors and rooms and everything, you're not making jumps, you're not doing precision, anything like that. That should be where the modern controls shine. And if it wasn't for the camera, they absolutely would. So water is this space where, by the way, that was the other secret. We dive back into the central room, we go left. That little door I ran into there is what we opened with the first latch when we went to the right. Okay. So, yeah. But in water, by nature, Lara's given these wider, more open spaces, and the camera's given a little bit more girth to it. Girth, I don't know what the right word is, but that's where all of a sudden modern controls start making sense, because you have open spaces where the camera isn't clicking, and you want to just freely move about. There's no platforming inside water, right? And you want to be fluid. You want to be turning on a dime. You want to be doing this, that. And it's like, oh, this makes sense now. But like times like this is where it makes not as much sense. I forget what jump I'm supposed to do on this one. I think it's just a grab. All right, to get this health pack, if you look here, I got a crumbly little walkway here. Now, we can use a different method to get it if this fails, but just hit the jump button right away. And boom, you got it. Now these skulls, look at these skulls, guys. These are all 3D mapped as real skulls. Props to the art team. I mean, they're not doing any like Last of Us 2 level graphics here or anything, but props. Here's the original. Here's the original skulls. Like this is beyond remastering the graphics. That's remaking those from the ground up. So, you know, again, not gorgeous, but it's something. It's a vibe. We're pushing this block forward. You might be tempted to push it backwards, but you're going to need it. You're going to need it in the forward direction. That's always something to think about when you're pushing blocks is look in the room you're actively in and say, does this do anything for me being in this room? And if not, then it's almost always the case that you want to push the block forward instead. Now, here's a cool little thing they don't really teach you in Lara's gym is blocks. If you look at the height of a block, if you're up, like there's all sorts of different incline heights in this game, but blocks are by nature a 1x1. They're a perfect square when she has blocks to push in this game. And when it's a perfect square, here's what you can do. You can jump a perfect square back, and Lara's forward jump has the height of one square as well. So you can always do this. She can always jump up onto a one height square. So that's something to think about when you're like traversing the game is a lot of times you want to vault up and there's an animation crawl up speed to vaulting up. All right, here's the icon we actually need to move forward right there. That little dude with the big hat. And you can just save yourself time if you start learning what can Lara just naturally jump on her own without doing the pull up. Now you're gonna throughout this whole area keep your ears open for chirpity chirps and do the thing. All right, and then we grab down, we flop. And that's it for this hub area. We did our lap around the perimeter. We grabbed everything. Killed the bear, grabbed the bear item, and we picked through every room. We got 2 secrets in the water tunnel. Great. We did it. Now here is, boom, silver key. Bob's your uncle. I already did that joke this run. Whoops. Oh, we got... Oh, no. Oh, no. I took way more damage on that than I have ever taken before. At least in the last 25 years of playing this game. Usually you just run. And, you know, that was not graceful. And sometimes that happens on your run. You're not... Maybe you're talking too much and you're distracted. You're going to get big wolf energy in this section. But you know what you're up against. It ain't no thing. Alright, left door is open. And these sections, you know, your first time through, might take you a little bit, but you just get the hang of what's what pretty fast. Nothing in the water. Don't worry about it. That's just there to catch you. They're taking it easy on you. They're not instantly killing you when you miss jumps at this stage of the game. Now, that was not a one-to-one jump, so you're going to have to grab. Walk to the edge if you feel like it. You can try and run and jump this. I've done it. I've loved doing it. But, you know, I'm playing it a little bit safe here this time. I'm showing you how to play it a little bit safe so that you don't get frustrated with a bad jump as you're still learning the controls, as you're still getting a feel for the game. This song might get a little annoying to you by the end of the game, but hey, it is what it is. It's a great song, but I don't necessarily feel it's appropriate, and they just keep interrupting it, you know. Check the room for a health pack. Now here there's a couple items to pick up if you keep your eyes peeled. There's a little platform down here with some shotgun shells. And to preserve your health, you're going to do you don't want to hold this ledge. See, you're closing the distance between her feet and the floor. And I'm also going to hold roll at the end of this. And you're not going to take any damage from that. So you got the shotgun shells there. Another thing you can do is if you're more than halfway over the platform, you can roll to the edge to put her in a grab position. Now, that's something they tried to do with the modern controls, was to give her like a safety ledge grab button. Kind of like the new, well, not the new, like Tomb Raider Legend era of games. And it kind of works, but not really. All right. Here, Crumbly Bridge. Oh, check out Lara's teeth there from the inside. Crumbly Bridge, we're going to like want to get to about the end of one square of the Crumbly Bridge and hit the jump button and grab. Oop. And then that's going to be our more convenient side over there. One step forward. Boop. And there it is. There it be. No items, but a bat to annoy us. A happy little bat. Is there anything back here? No. There ain't. Now this one, much further drop. And if you do your roll trick here, you're going to roll right off the edge. We don't want to do that on that one. Central door is open. All right. Don't run. Don't do it. Know Lara's momentum, what it takes for her to stop and start. She does not move at the same speed at all stages of the input. She has a startup time and a wind down time. Unfortunate, not precise. We fall into the pool. We could get out up there, but there is a tunnel here that we want to take. We want to go this way. I may or may not fight the bear here in the cheese mode, in a machismo way. All right. First door down. The grate to the door. The door to the door. Are we going to get some bear shots in here? The animals somehow know how to stay out of line of sight. Even in PlayStation Era 1. PlayStation Era 1? PlayStation 1 era code. They somehow knew how to do that. Until then. Then they go there. Oh my goodness. He came upstairs. I've never seen him do that. Never seen the bear come upstairs. And he's dead. There is his little bear butt. So, we got the pool below us. We can just drop down. All right. So what we're going to do here. Nothing back here, but there is a staircase. This is where we need to go for our next secret. Oh, also, there's a switch here. What does the switch do? Stops the traps. Why would you need to stop the traps? Why would you need to go back? Well, you can get to this point without actually having the idol you need. That would make it very difficult to move forward if the traps are still going to the degree they are. Now, in this room, you came up here with the stairway. You see the lever. Look back here. Oh, what is this? No, I don't know that my roll is going to catch, so we're going to drop down there. Now, none of those needed to be safe drops per se, but as you progress in the games, if these games are new to you, you're going to want to get in a habit of doing that. You want to get a habit of dropping down, looking. See how the camera pans up? I can hit the look button. I can try and get a look at the area. So that's that. We have everything we need. And moment of truth on whether I picked everything up and got every secret. So I'm not doing this with a guide. I'm doing this from the memories of a nearly 30-year-old... 30? 2024. Yeah, nearly 30-year-old game. That is our way we came. This is the way we need to go. We need to put the little hat guy in here. Gold idol. Boom. Click. And there you have it. Secrets 3 out of 3. Pickups 13 out of 13. Boom. And here we are, Lost Valley. Probably one of the most fun levels of the game. And for me, in Tomb Raider 1 time, I'd say this was where it was at. This is where it started clicking to me. Like, running through a little village in the middle of nowhere. But once you got here, you'll see it in a second. I'll tell you when. You're like, oh, damn. This is a video game.
All right. A little bit of a transition there, brought to you by alcohol and the passage of time. But and a shower. You know what I say? No stinky. So we're back in it, and we're in the Lost Valley. Now, Lost Valley, you have the option of going left or right as you exit the main gate. You'll be tempted to potentially go left, but you're going to want to go right first. You're going to come over here to this nice little waterfall and a pond there. And you're going to think, I want to jump into that pond. Lara has a swan dive move she can do that is gorgeous to watch. But we're going to do the aforementioned cheesing of enemies. 2 wolves that can be shot at. More wolves will join you there as well. Now, as we round this corner here, this is a little bit of a trappy trap in the Tomb Raider game. They're gonna, you're gonna look here and say, this is where I go. This is a wolf den. This is where the source of the wolves. And we get here, and there is no way forward. It was a trap all along. Now let's look at that. A light source, a new light source. Interesting. They straight up changed the geometry in a game in an area where it was inconsequential to provide new perspective. Interesting, our team. Pretty cool. What you're really going to want to do is scale this wall here. Got a little bit of a corpse here, warning you. He's got a health bag to pick up, but he's also warning you danger is nigh. Draw those guns. Now, I don't know if I can cheese this. Proc spawn enemies. So a lot of this game is based on like triggers. Certain tiles will trigger certain things to happen. such as music and the spawning of enemies, and I do not see any enemies here as I stand in a relative safe zone. So we're just gonna, yep, and then here he comes. Should have enough time to take that out, no problem. Now this, I think this is like the first time the remake here, or I've been saying remake so much, probably because of Final Fantasy. The remaster, I was feeling up to this point like, all right, it looks pretty good, but it's just like upscale, right? I mean, we looked at those skulls. That was cute. That was nice. Here's where I'm really feeling, I'm Shulk. I'm really feeling it big time. I'm saying, wow, good job, guys. Why? Because this looks like a real place, a real Lost Valley. I don't know what this is. Is it nighttime? How is there like impending swallowing dark, yet these trees are lit in broad daylight? It's weird. Now, people have stated like it gives a sense of mystery that I can't see past the fog, but it's not very foggy. Foggy is more like if it's daytime, your fog would be lit as well. So this was the spot where I jumped down. I'm like, wow, they really pulled it off. Looks good, guys. Good job. Got another dino. In Tomb Raider, if you're not doing a speed run, patience is your friend. All right. All right. So I'm going to give you a warning here. This is a big moment. Something's about to happen. And to play it safe, we have a means of relatively cheesing it. Duck in right here. Now, I might have just stolen you a big dramatic moment by not being out in the open. But you see that screen shaking? Stomp, stomp, stomp. Suspenseful music. This is your first encounter with T-Rex in Tomb Raider. And if you're just running through the open area, exploring, and all of a sudden a T-Rex comes charging at you, damn, son. With this little area here, it's going to give you ducking in just before that first waterfall where the catwalk had fallen. It's going to give you potentially a vantage point here to deal with the dinosaur. What am I looking at, camera? Potential camera issues. Not unheard of between this and the original Tomb Raider game. Camera jitter, right? We might at some point need to just drop down and fight it like normal. Sometimes he gives you all the advantage in the world to just shoot him. Sometimes he manages to specifically stay out of range. Now, there isn't a purpose for this cave I ran into other than to just potentially circumnavigate the T-Rex if you don't want to fight him at all. But, all right, we're going to fight him. We're going to just jump right into it. Boom. Didn't lose too much health. Pretty good shape. All right. Now, this is a gauntlet of secrets, but the main reason we're here is that first entry level where you could go left. We need cogs. We need gears to finish the place. So if you look here, I'm in the open area right here, tucked back into the far right corner. We got our first secret. Then, along this wall, up here. Oops. Missed the little button press there. Now, you got this little crack here. This is the first time the game could be called out a little bit on being a little bullshit. And the remaster doesn't help because they make these graphics look good. If you look at the old one, you see that line there, like separating the lighting of the block, suggesting that there's like a 1 pixel gap in between those two blocks. Just watch how ridiculous it looks here. What am I crawling against here? Almost as ridiculous as the original. More ridiculous through remaster graphics. All right, we can't pull ourselves up here. Why can't I pull myself up? Why? Because Lara needs the space to stand with a full head. And that sucks. It sucks that I didn't line it up correctly. So, we'll try again. That's what I'm saying. I said in my previous review, it'd be cool to just get crouch from Tomb Raider 3 in Tomb Raider 1. And people say, oh, it'll break things. It's not necessary, blah, blah, blah. There are instances where a crouch would be great because I wouldn't have to hunt for these 1 pixel stand-ups. There we go. That is literally the only place you can pull her up within a margin of error of like a pixel. So kind of like 2 layers of theoretical bullshit. Don't miss the off-center, off-kilter automatic pistol shots there. Can we get up here? It's open. No, we can't. But yeah, so kind of 2 layers of bullshit right here on this situation. Not only do you have the wall that just doesn't have a gap that she can gap climb across, then you have the 1 pixel pull up as well. Multiple times where a new player could be interacting with something and it not be making sense. Oh, we've got a dinosaur here. You can get a couple pot shots off, then drop back. You can get a few more shots off. This is me being a real cantankerous bitch. You hear him, he's about to charge. There, we got it. We got him, boys. I'm just giving you tips and tricks to get you started here, give you the best shot at beating these games that you possibly can have. I don't know that I'm going to have as many tips and tricks as we get out of Peru here. Because, see, the thing is, not every Tomb Raider playthrough that I start, I completely finish. So I have played the first 4 levels a considerable amount more than I have played the later ones. There's a significant drop-off once we get to Atlantis. Because that part of the game turns into some crazy stuff. Uh-oh. See, our dodge roll, our roll at the end there saved us from taking any damage from a little bit higher of a drop. Still a safe drop, though. Still proud of myself. Great job. Another exit, putting us out into the main area. Here we are. So we got, to recap, we got Secret 1, Secret 2, swim through the water, climb up way in the back zone there, get a cog. You got it. All right, we got a little bit more danger coming up here. I don't know that there's a good way to cheese this other than to just do it. Get in there. Shoot your shot. Got one down. Oh, I don't know that she retargeted. I felt like she did. But yeah. Here we are. Two dudes coming out the temple gate here. Now, this temple also... Oh, it looks pretty good in the original, too, if I'm being honest. But walking up to it looked amazing. I was talking earlier, the moment that I knew I loved these games was the T-Rex moment. I think as a kid, as like a 10-year-old, I 100% died. But I was just like, wow, that was amazing. Now, climb up. On the right here, you can freely enter the front of the temple without issue. But we got shit to do. And this is the spot where, in a recent attempt to play through these levels on modern controls only, with no saving, with that sense of danger of if I fuck up, it's all over, right? I just wanted to feel it out, to like play modern controls and have them give me that sense of danger. This is where I died. So you want to climb up, you want to position yourself in an angle here at this corner, pop right over there, right? You're going to want to slow walk to this edge. You're going to need to see, it's not straight across from you. If I jump straight, I'm going into a wall. But you don't want to go at an angle either. You want to position yourself somewhat at a level where her grab here is still going to, the game's still going to treat it as you facing towards the ledge. If you 50-50 it, you want to be more facing the ledge than not, and you're going to get it. And you need to do that. That's the way the geometry of the game works. And modern controls would be fine if you put tank controls on my D-pad just for this section. I don't want to press start and switch them. That is unintuitive and bad. But you heard the chime. This is a secret up here. You know, I'd be all for putting just a little glow around items, from being honest. Because, you know, things can blend in here. I wasn't remembering if there's anything there. But, yeah. Nothing there. We got the shotgun shells over here. So that was the jump where I died, and I had multiple attempts too. It wasn't just like, oh, I fucked it up once and I died. Should have hit the save button. I had multiple opportunities where I dropped, used the health pack to get back to top, and finally just did another bad jump. So I think I did like 3 or 4 times, and was just not able to do that on modern controls whatsoever, which was unfortunate because I was coming around to the idea of like, hey, this is kind of possible. And there were some encounters even where I was feeling like, wow, was that better on modern controls? Did that feel better to do? Namely, swimming was pretty tight, to say the least. Swimming felt great on modern controls because, again, you're not bound by the same restrictions. I don't think Lara had... Maybe she did? I'm not sure if she had swim roll in original TR1. Might have been added to the game. That's why I say, like, you know, there's really no harm to adding sprint and duck. And people say, like, oh, sprint might trivialize some timed mechanics. Great. All of the, like, you had to do this in 5 seconds puzzles in Tomb Raider 1 are not good, because this game's platforming, I love it. I play the game. I'm incredibly entertained by the game. By the way, we got the second cog back there. Incredibly entertained by the game, but there are known obvious shortcomings, and like doing a time trial in the middle of your awkwardly moving puzzle game, I'm not for it. Plus, there's just segments where it's like you're backtracking, you're running back to something you already did, and just let me sprint, dude. So you saw as we left the temple, we took that cave on the right. Here's our bridge, the collapsed bridge from earlier. We're gonna need to do our biggest jump ever to cross this. This is what we will call 3 squares wide for maximum jump she can do. So think of that. Maybe eyeball this a little, see what 3 squares looks like. Sometimes it's easier to spot than other times. Hop back. Boop. And we have our third cog. Good atmospheric music. Drop down safe. Oh, we took the slightest hint of damage there. Unfortunately. We're coming back. We got our cogs. Oh, not the way to do it. This is how to do it. Here's our skeleton again. Now this can be potentially dangerous, so we want to do our... If you run off that ledge, if you just like, hey, I'll just run off and drop down, she might have the momentum to skip a couple steps and just fall straight to the bottom. I've known it to happen in the past. So we drop safe off there. Alright, so back to our spot here. We started the level. Need to climb back up that waterfall. This is where we're going to use the cogs. All right, here. So this is a little bit of a goofy jump. Maybe hard to see. You can kind of see it here too. See that little... Oh, did they took a chunk out of the wall? Oh my goodness. Man, these guys know what's up, right? So you see that chunk of the wall there? Lara can potentially hit her head on that and fall into the river. But it looks like in Remaster, they took that chunk out. And they highlighted it with light. They gave you a clear indication, don't jump that way. I think that way is safe too. There's just some weird interactions that happen here. So we're going to play it safe. Yeah, she would never hit her head there. I don't know why they did that. Other than maybe lighting. There's some weird interactions with head hitting in this segment of crossing back and forth across the river. Definitely here, I would say, for sure. So we're going to curve our way around. You're going to start to... This game, the jumps are very straightforward. Turn, pivot, jump another way. But you're going to start to learn over time some of those places where you can do a running kind of curving jump, so to speak. And here we have it. The culmination of our efforts is this little contraption up here, the cog wall. We need 3 cogs. 1. Gotta love those 90s animations. Look at how elegantly Lara moves her body here. No mocap. Hand drawn. all three cogs in place. This mechanism, inexplicable mechanism, pasted into a rock wall, seemingly has. And the last cog, if we're being honest, wasn't even moving. Right? So, time for another secret. We're going to have to hop over here. Shimmy our way. Now, if you've ever been crawling, climbing across wet river rocks, you would know that this is an extremely perilous situation to be in. Lara's fine. She's a pro. And we have our yet another secret chime. Big health bank. Big health bank. But what did that lever do? We don't really know, except we aren't shown what it does, except there's now a wall down there that has sectioned off the river. Meaning, before, if I had fallen in the river at the start of the level, it would ceaselessly carry me to the waterfall. We want to pop up here. Another dead guy. That dead guy. Now, look at that. Incredible skeleton. That dead guy had a shotgun on him. So we're not the first people to plumb these depths. No pickups here. But yeah. Now we can go this way because the river isn't ceaselessly rushing us off to the waterfall section. Nothing there. Not sure why that divot exists. Or this one. Just keep swimming. Potentially a section where you could run out of air if you are not a skilled Tomb Raider swimmer. But we do all right. We got multiple shotgun shell pickups in this last of secrets for Lost Valley. And a health bank. Goodness gracious. Alright. Look at that skylight. Look at that sky. Light pouring in. It exists in the original. Wow. Great job, guys. Making sense of how exactly there's light pouring into this room. You know? So we leave it. Now this drop down, perilous, dangerous, because there was once a river here where there is now not one. We are going, there's nothing we can do but take damage here. Actually, I forget. Maybe I'm nuts. Can I jump? I think she hits her head. Yeah, that one even made me take a little bit of damage. There's some way to do it, but not today, Satan. Now, this is where. Moment of truth. Our swan dive moment, baby. And so all of that with the waterfall gone, we can now enter behind the waterfall. Not able to do that previously. And they seemingly just invite us in. Secret sound 5 out of 5. Pickups 14 out of 16. Okay, we're going to have to label the video all 100% secrets. I don't remember where there are 2 additional pickups. Sad to say. What am I doing with my life if I don't know all pickups? This is our goal, to get to this room. We've been trudging through villages and ruins without much reward. This is our goal. Now, this is another area where modern controls would love to see it. Oh, right. Okay. So these side doors are closed. There's nothing to do there. There's nothing to do there. You're almost invited to come up here. I'm gonna roll the second you see that boulder, turn around, get out of the way. There's a boulder in your path. Oh, this is dangerous. See, that's where I don't necessarily consider combat fun in this game. But secondly, what do these dinosaurs eat? They're dinosaurs. They've been around for thousands of years, hundreds, millions of years. What are they eating in here? What is their food? So in this room, there are 3 paths. We're going to take the right path first. No means by which to pull the block, so we just got to push it forward. All right, that block looks precarious. Keep running, baby. 1 gate open. Great. Wonderful. All right, so there are spikes down there. So we're going to want to jump and grab real quick. Second room. Any dangers? Man, big updates to that guy. Another perilous situation in that we can't actually pull that lever. Now, are the raptors eating the wolves and the wolves are eating the raptors? They live in a symbiotic euphoria inside this temple where they breed and offer their young to one another for sustenance. I don't know. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Now, in this situation, you see this 3D bump mapped geometry on the pillar. Nice, like that. In classic Tomb Raider, this is all you get. This discolored stone. I guess the discoloration is pretty obvious as well. But if you're ever in a bind, start grabbing at walls. Also, she gives the alert icon too. That's nice. Lara's got a spider sense in the remasters, which you can turn off if you want the full classic, complete dumbass feel. No spikes, but there is a curious little item down here. Lara phasing into a wall. So they gave us a little bait and switch. This is the real lever we can pull. Or door number 2. You're gonna pull on this guy. Pull on, grab that guy. I don't know what I'm talking about. Safe drop into the room here. And we're back to where we started. Main room. Side room. I believe I get rushed. Maybe it's after I pull the third level. Working off of memory here. Now, is this our... Nope. It is not our third level. There's a puzzle to do with this room. We moved a pillar off the wall. Great. But nothing much to do in here right now. Got these pillars. They're too high to jump to, but there will be a use for them. Come out here and take a look at the right. Got a nice little platform to jump to. I heard a door open. What is that door that opened? It's the door back to the main area. All right, so this is the block we moved out, but still not blocky enough to get us where we need to go. Here's one of those goofy jumps. It's a notoriously goofy jump in Tomb Raider. See, we've got our gap. We're not going to be able to grab it because of the angle we're entering at. So we actually want to do a long jump, a little bit of a pivot, and just hop softly right onto that edge. Walk carefully to the corner. You can use the look button to make sure you're lined up with whatever you're jumping towards. So now we move that block to this side. We can jump to it. This is another goofy one. We're lining up. We have no ledge to grab. We're just doing it corner-wise. Oh, hey, they actually give a dinosaur scream there. I wonder if that was in the original. Probably. Maybe I never noticed it. Now, this sucks. This right here. Spikes. Platform. That sucks, right? But we can now safely stop this madness of jumping. We're about to get bum rushed by a dinosaur. This is another area where in modern controls, you're just like, the camera's going nuts trying to fight a dinosaur in these corridors. Trying to follow your target. So, right, we opened all three doors to this side from here. Great. Entering the second area of this stage. You get blow darts. Getting hit by every single one of them because I'm an idiot. That is not necessary. So again, you're going to be tempted to just run the full distance. There's a little something back here. All right, in this room, crumbly tiles and a solid tile at the far end. Now this here is perhaps secret 1, right? And you think, okay, I don't want to fall into those spikes. I don't want anything to do with spikes. Let's get out of here. This is perhaps one of the most bullshit secrets in all of Tomb Raider I-III Remastered. And in the original. If I'm being, like, I'm not separating the two. It was bullshit then, it's bullshit now. You can drop down, shimmy into the corner, fall, not be impaled. There's almost nowhere else in Tomb Raider where the game follows that logic of, like, the spikes actually have spike geometry. Anywhere else, the game is going to treat it like this tile, falling to this tile is just death. For whatever reason, they don't do that here. It's very inconsistent. So then we want to make sure we're positioned in that same spot we dropped down and pull back up. Because if you jump and come back down in an awkward way, you're going to impale yourself on a spike. Then, of course, we need to reach the exit. Now, that's a 2 square gap. So we should be lined up to where our jump, our grab, everything is kosher. If you try and do a running jump of that, she's going to hit her head on this ledge here and drop down to the spikes, if I remember correctly. So don't do that. And with that, you have 3 secrets. Did we chime 3 times in Tomb of... Is it Qualipec we're looking at here? Now, I don't know what I'm looking at here. Why? You see that? That's crazy. That would suggest that that thing was going to wake up and attack me. I don't know why they did that. All right, now we got to run and exit. This part's goofy too. You could potentially die at that spot. Here's another perilous area. We will be entering a fight. And in that fight, I like to have the shotgun equipped. We've been collecting shotgun ammo. We're in pretty good shape. But first, we want to dive in here and just get the fuck out of the way. Bad controls. We want to go in this little cubby hole here. We get our secret chime. Now, this is one area of the remaster. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm not sure I can explain it. What is this? Who installed a, like, skylight in the cave? It's like, I get it. You need a light source. But here's the old cave. I could see them putting in a sky, but why? Why is that there? What is this, like, ancient Atlantean energy they installed in this cave in Remaster? Don't know. But it is what it is. We got a boss health bar. And we are dying, and I hit the wrong button. I'm going to do the big pack. See? 4 shots.
Well, you have my total attention now. I'm not quite sure if I've got yours, though. Hello?
I'll heal and hide you to a barn door yet.
Of course.
You and that driveling piece of the ski on. You want to keep it so bad, I'll harness it right up your...
Wait. We're talking about the artifact here?
Damn straight we are. Right up.
Hold on. I'm sorry. This piece, you say, Where's the rest?
Miss Natla put Pierre DuPont on that trail.
And where is that?
Ha! You ain't fast enough for him.
So you think all this talking is just holding me up?
I don't know where his little jackrabbit frog legs are running him to. You'll have to ask Miss Natla.
Thank you. I will.
Pickups. What's going on with the pickups? Where were there 2 additional pickups? I'm gonna have to look this up. This is gonna be a 100% secrets video. Maybe not 100% pickups. I believe I looked at like every inch of that place. Whatever. Maybe there was some additional pickups behind the statues and the darts room. But, what are you going to do? All right, there we go. There was Peru getting all secrets and just learning a little bit about the game as well in Tomb Raider Remastered Collection. Love this game, having lots of fun. Always enjoyable to just slam through these levels, and it's just got a comfy, cozy feeling that only a handful of games can really give to me. Yeah, love it. So with that, if you like the video, leave a like, leave a subscribe. If you know where those other items were, why not leave it in the comments? I would love to hear it. But we did 100% of the secrets, so yeah, pretty good. And with that, I'll say peace out. Have a good one. Check out other videos. Love having you here. See you around. Take it easy. Bye. Midwest goodbye. Love you.